One of the major considerations we were looking for, obviously we wanted a ranch home and we wanted a new build. And looking for something very energy efficient that did have the ability to incorporate smart home technology.
Some of the things we were really looking for were some of those smart features, and our builder specifically included that with our home purchase. So that was probably one of the biggest keys for us when choosing where we were gonna stay.
When we first closed and we were taking the tour of the house, it was pointed out to us that the switches were the smart switches made by Deako. We realized then that they were easy to interchange, which made our life a lot easier, as opposed to having to call electricians to come and give us dimmer switches. Pop them in, replace them, move them around, and that made life a lot simpler.
I think the most special thing about the Deako switches is the ease of functionality, especially changing one out. I mean, there's nothing more time consuming than trying to find the breaker that operates that switch, turning that off, and then getting a screwdriver and unscrewing all the pieces with a switch, getting it out, unscrewing the wiring, getting a new switch, screwing it back in, getting the other screws to line out, not stripping anything, and then get it put together, and then screwing the faceplate back on without breaking it. It's just been wonderful to pop a faceplate off with no tools, just pop out the old switch and pop in a new switch. It's just totally seamless. So you don't have to turn off the electricity, you don't have to worry about it touching, you don't have to worry about anything. It's just very, very convenient.
Historically, when I wanted to connect a light switch, I have had to call an electrician to come out to install a Wi-Fi enabled switch, which was expensive, it was time consuming. These light switches are so easy to install that even I feel comfortable doing it.
For me, using them the most is in the kitchen area, the dining room, and the TV room, the living area. It makes life so much easier.
My main use is able to set the controller so that the fans will come on and for 10 or 15, 20 minutes all the time. So either in the laundry room or in the bathrooms, it's kind of good to have the fans come on.
When I get up in the morning, our bathroom lights turn on at a scheduled time during work days. They turn off after 30 minutes because they're set to timers. When I come downstairs, the stairs light is already on for us when it becomes dark. And when we're in the living space of the home, the living room lights, the kitchen lights, and the entry light turn on automatically at dusk. The other things that I would have set up on timers would be the bathroom lights, the bathroom fans, because the kids are notorious for leaving the fans on constantly. So prior to having this product, I would have to go around and turn all those off. When I come home at night, all of our outside lights turn on with dusk and they turn off in the morning at dawn. So that is another feature that I really love and use all the time.
So in our first house, we did not have smart lighting, and we have kids, so as we're getting them ready, we're trying to get out the door, you're also running around the whole house, making sure all the lights are off, yelling at them to go upstairs, turn off the light in the room, the whole thing. And now that we have smart lighting, we walk out the door and I push a button and all my lights are off. So much easier.
It was so much easier, and I'm able to be at the step and not have to come all the way over to the kitchen to turn off the light, and I can just, as I'm walking up the step, tell them to do it. The ease of use is my favorite thing.
Yeah, so many times I have my hands full and I'm having the decision
definitely.
Put some stuff down, turn off the light, put the rest of the stuff upstairs, come back down, get the rest of the stuff, turn off the light, then go back upstairs. But now I can just tell the assistant to turn off the light and then not have to make 2 trips. So that's really great.
The next switch that we're really excited about getting is going to be the motion sensors. My plan is to put them in the downstairs access to the basement when you first open up the basement, to turn the lights on so you can see, because that's a struggle in itself to open a door, have to try to turn on lights if your hands are full. The kids' bathroom, because they're bad about leaving the lights on. Pantry, her closet, my closet.
Prior to us getting anything that was personalized to us, this was the first move that we made. And the reason we did that was to make sure that our home felt personalized to us. So when we came in, the house lights that were on, the outside lights were on, we had what we needed. And to me, that's what makes a house feel like a home.
You know, when you first move into a home, everything kind of feels new and feels different, and then you have to live here for a little bit to understand how you're going to use the space and how you're going to live in it. And we really like, hanging out at night and watching TV. So we were able to customize a scene with Deako that just turns off all of the lights except for a few dimmers. It made it feel like a cozy little space.
Having the Deako switches allows us to set the home and lights on timer so that when we're away, we're able to have the lights come on and off so it's not as readily apparent that we're not home. And also just kind of for safety and some other things like that. When we come in, lights come on so that we don't trip and fall, which is always very helpful.
I think it would have been a neat inclusion if the home had the option to include all Deako smart switches throughout the entire home. I think it's a great upgrade for a house to have.
I'm a realtor in Atlanta, Georgia, really figuring out what buyers are looking for in this market. It really is, those upgrades, those smart homes. There's so many properties out here, there's so many people competing for properties. So when you can find something that already has everything included, meaning smart features, smart lights, all of that included before you buy a home or before you close on the home specifically, it's great. So if we were to do it over again, like the buying process, I know that would be 1,000% one thing we'd be looking for, and it would have to be everywhere in the home. So I definitely think a lot of people in this market look for that.
Yeah, it would be great to have that looped into the loan.
For me, it would be the motion sensors. I would miss those tremendously. I've gotten so spoiled going into my closet or going into the laundry room with an armful of clothes, not having to fumble myself and look for the light to switch on.
Those do make a big difference, and we noticed it as soon as we put them in. We're like, oh, this is great. We can go into the pantry. Don't have to worry about fumbling for the light or where is it.
My wife and my kids use the Deako switches as well, and I would say that their greatest feature is connecting to your digital assistants. They can just walk into a room and ask the assistant to turn on the light, and bam, the light is on. It's super easy to use.
We wanted to try out the motion sensor. We have it in our pantry and our laundry room, and the two places where I'm always holding something. So in my laundry, I'm always holding laundry, and I just walk in and it comes on. It's just so helpful. I love it.
What we'd really like to do is to take every switch that we have in our house and upgrade all of them to either the smart dimmer or a smart switch or a motion switch. It's really convenient. The lights really bring us a lot of joy.
So historically, I've run a smart home with multiple products, and it's been really challenging to try to integrate the products. So when I was informed about the Deako lighting system, my mind was blown because everything could be connected and it was so easy to use. I love that I can use the app to run my schedules, my zones, the timers. Everything about it is very user-friendly.
Awesome, fabulous, fantastic.
Okay, 3 words: intuitive, smart, and good looking.